Yeah, tell us your ghost story.
Yes, tell us. Tell us your ghost story.
Have you ever seen a ghost before?
Yeah. Do you want to hear the story?
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to hear.
Okay. Once I was driving down a winding dark road, and I saw a lady, and she had no face. So I hit her, and she turned into a ghost.
No. She turned into a ghost?
What? Did you kill her?
Turned into a ghost?
Why she had no face?
Did you
Rudy?
kill her?
Are you sure
Murder?
she had no face?
I
have a similar ghost story. I already told it on stream, though.
I want to hear
Yeah,
it.
go ahead, go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
There's this one time I was also in the car. I wasn't driving because I can't reach the pedals. I think it was with my mom. We were coming home from somewhere. It was really, really dark. And then all of a sudden, across the road, there was this mist of some sort that had no beginning and end. It was just in the center of the road, and we drove right through it. And we tried really hard. Will you ever see something and it takes you by such surprise that it leaves you speechless for a little while?
Yes.
Yeah, like that's what happened. It was kind of genuine fear for a second. But we're trying to think of what it could have been, and there's no way it could have been smoke, right? Because smoke doesn't. You would have seen it fizzle, or how would it have traveled out into the road like that without any? Well, how would it have lived that long, you know? But it's really scary, and I don't know how to explain it.
Alright. So, there's this girl, right? And she's at a gas station. She's filling up the gas in her car. It's just a normal day getting off of work. You know, the usual. And then she decides it's time to go home. As any other sane human would. You go to work, you go to home. Just a typical day. Right? So she finishes getting the gas in her car. Settles down in her little seat. Gets ready to drive away. Yeah, I hear it too. Gets ready to drive away.
Hey, who is that? Is that me?
I don't know. I hear it coming from your area.
Yeah, I think it's you.
She she takes a little seat, gets ready to drive away, and she heads off down. Excuse me?
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're fine. You're fine. She gets to the. Hang on. I need to act this out. Hold on. So she takes a little seat. She takes a little seat in the car, right? Down the dark and musty and spooky road, and she's on like a countryside road. There's no one around until she realizes that she's being followed. Stop! Oh my God! No way! Someone is following her. Someone is following her. Yeah, that's right. There's a car that's hot on her tail, and it's been following her, in fact, for a while. She realizes that it's been following her ever since the gas station. Oh my God. And what's even weirder about this car... Yeah, that's right. If you remember the gas station, there was a dude and he followed. There's a car. Envision it in your head now. There's another car. There's one car here, there's a car here, and they're going down the road. And it's dark outside, and then the car behind her, this innocent victim, starts flashing his lights. Flash, 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 over and over again. Over and over again. Oh man.
Body motion to flash.
What could it mean? What could it mean? She doesn't know,
ghost.
but she's starting to get real scared because she's got another 30 minutes left to drive all the way home. So she keeps driving, and the dude just keeps flashing the lights. Flash, flash, flash. What does it mean? We don't know. She gets very scared and decides, I need to call the police. I need to call them so that they'll be ready when I get to my house. This dude's gonna kill me. He's gonna jump out of his car and then hold on, I got my effect, my special effect. He's gonna come out of the car and stab. Like that.
No, she's scared of that happening, right?
You can stab with a chainsaw. Yeah. So she decides
She didn't just
to
beep
call the
at it
police.
with the car? Like, you know, beep, 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 beep.
Oh no, she did. She gets pretty mad at him, but he like doesn't care. And so she keeps going and he keeps flashing. Eventually she gets home. She runs out of her car. The police are there. They all pull up. And she runs out of her car and the guy pulls up in his car. And he comes out and he's just a normal dude. And he says, "Ma'am, are you okay?" She says, "What are you talking about?" My man says, "There was a dude in the back seat of your car getting ready to stab you. And every time he was about to stab you, I flashed the light. And then they caught the guy in the back of the car." Spooky, scary stories to tell in the dark.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah, it's my story.
Thank you, Calli.
Thanks, Calli.
I was I was living in Japan until a while ago, and I moved after joining Hololive. I moved into a big house, but the house was very old. It was that when you walked on the wood, it would make sounds like right.
Oh,
Yeah, so it was really old, and it had a lot of issues to it. But well, it was a big 2-story house all to myself. So I was like, I'm just gonna try my best to ignore that it's looking really old. So the first night arrives, and I'm like, yeah, I got this whole house to myself, and I was trying to chill, but I was hearing noises from the ceiling. It was like.
Oh,
Yeah, it was very scary. But I immediately contacted my landlord, and he was like, yeah, there might be some history with ghosts in this house, but please don't worry about it. We'll send you some ghost exterminators. So, a few days
Ghost exterminate.
Ghostbusters, that's it.
Ghostbusters.
So a few days later, the Ghostbusters came by, and all those days I heard the ghosts like continuously, not only in the night but also during the day, and it was kind of freaking me out because I was also trying to stream, but I was hearing it on the first floor and on the second floor and in the side of the walls and in the bottom and on the top, everywhere. So the ghost exterminators, they came and they looked into the ceiling, and they saw the ghosts. They saw the ghosts.
really?
And they said that it's like they
So
saw
it
like
wasn't
about
like
three ghosts.
animals?
Three ghosts.
Three?
No, ghosts.
Ghosts.
And they
Oh,
actually
yeah, that's where
had
you swim
ghost
at Casper.
poison with them.
Ghost
And
poison.
they put the Casper. That's right, girl.
Is it
They got
salt?
the ghost poison, and they put the ghost poison in the ceiling, and then they closed it, and they were like, okay, Kiara, you call us and call the Ghostbusters and tell us how the poison worked. And then a few days later, I did start hearing less but it was still a little bit So I called again, and I was like, yo, Ghostbusters, I'm calling you, because who else would I call? Right, girls?
Ghostbusters.
So they say, all right, you're
Yeah,
still
who you
here.
gonna call?
Exactly. Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
I got you.
I called them, and they said they were gonna come back, and they opened the ceiling again, and they looked inside, and they found the ghost of two ghosts, the bodies of
The
two
ghost of two ghosts.
Oh, I see.
You get it now?
Apparently, those two ghosts of the ghosts were the parent ghosts of the ghosts that survived. And it was weird because they kept on trying to add poison for the last surviving ghost, but it seemed like that ghost has started to form some kind of immunity. And we tried many times, but it didn't really work. And then one time, for example, I was sick with the door open because it was like such a tiny idol meeting room that it's like almost impossible to close the door. And I saw the ghost my
Oh my god, it made it so
Didn't you
bad.
say that the ghost like ate your food once?
Yes. Yes, the ghost ate my food.
Yeah.
I hate your food. That's terrific.
I don't know if you've heard of it, but ghosts are apparently not. They don't like eating chocolate because it will kill them. What was that? Really?
They're allergic to
Well, let me guess, the ghost ate the chocolate.
The ghost ate the chocolate,
Mumei won't
but
be able
the
to eat
ghost
chocolate anymore.
survived. The ghost survived chocolate and
Ain't
poison
fair.
and all that.
Oh,
So
wow.
in the end, I started to accept the fact that I'm living with a ghost, and actually we're best friends now, and the ghost's name is Casper!
Casper!
We love Casper. You guys want to hear another story?
Oh yeah, might as well. While
While we're waiting?
Yeah.
I can tell you guys, it's not a spooky story, but it's terrifying in its own way. Alright, cool, thank you. Yeah, alright, so here's the story. Have you guys heard the story of the Crunch Bird?
The Crunch Bird.
No.
What?
Crunch Bird? The story of the Crunch Bird long ago. Yeah, I remember it was a
Crunchy
story
bird?
my grandfather told me.
KFC?
I know, it sounds like that, right? Like KFC, right? Exactly. Like you can imagine a big scary phoenix. Yeah, so basically, the Crunch Bird, my grandfather told me this story. It's been passed down in Reaper legends for generations. So basically, there's this couple, and they decide that they want to have a pet, right? They decide it's finally time to get themselves a pet of their own, because, you know, they've been living alone, can't have kids, that kind of thing. So they've decided, okay, we're gonna go, you know, off to the pet shop. So the husband's really busy, he's working, and so he tells his wife, go ahead and get us a pet. He doesn't care what it is, he says whatever is fine, right? So the wife goes to the pet store and is kind of talking with the pet clerk, and she's like, I wonder what would be good. You know, a dog, a cat, hamster, all very cute, but hear me out, how about a bird? And so the shop clerk says, all right, I got some birds. I'll show you some birds. Takes her to the back, starts showing her the birds. And she's like, oh, these are all very fine birds, but what's that one in the back? There's this big cage in the back. It's got this huge, foul beast of a creature inside of it. He says, oh, that's the Crunch Bird. That thing's way too dangerous. Yeah, Crunch Bird is what it's called. You can call it whatever you want, but I call it the Crunch Bird. And she says, well, why do you call it the Crunch Bird? He's like, do you really want to know? She says, yeah, I really want to know. He's like, do you really want to know? She's like, yeah, I really want to know. Show me the bird.
Really, no.
Exactly. And so he takes the bird from the cage, all right, and he says, Crunch Bird, table. And the Crunch Bird goes, "Brah!" And it destroys the table. Goes to that table and it destroys it. All right.
It crunches
And so he
the
says,
table. I see.
Exactly. That's why it's called a Crunch Bird. Iris, I can see your pantsuit right now. Just be careful. Next he says, Crunch Bird chair. The Crunch Bird goes, "Brrr!" And it destroys the chair. All right. So now the chair is destroyed. And so the wife says, you know what? This is a dangerous animal, but I think it's got potential. You know, it's got like, it's different. You know, it's not just like your run-of-the-mill usual pet. And I think my husband might like
pet
this.
potential. Oh.
Exactly. It's got that pet potential, real special pet potential. Try saying that 10 times fast. Real special pet potential. Special pet potential. You could probably not that hard. So she says, you know what? Fine, I'll take the Crunch Bird. And they do the exchange. She gives him the money. He gives her the bird. Right? She takes the bird back home, sets up the cage, gets it all nice for her husband to come back home. Now, husband walks through the door and he sees this foul beast in the corner. And he says, what the F word is that? Can't say the F word. We have children watching possibly. So she says, let me show you. She opens the door, lets the Crunch Bird out. And he says, what? Can you tell me, what on earth is this thing? She says, well, it's a Crunch Bird. He says, Crunch Bird my ass. Just in time.
Yeah, it's actually not that good, but
Beautiful.
this is something that I experienced.
Oh
So a family member and I were just, you know, chilling out in our room, and at exactly 12 a.m., the phone started ringing. So I said, oh wow, why would friends call you at this hour? That's really disrespectful. And then she looked at me and said that that's not my ringtone. And the song that was playing was pretty much all about like, I've been everywhere searching for you. Where have you been? 'Cause I see you. Like, are you hiding somewhere in the crowd? And then we got kind of creeped out. We picked up the phone and it stopped playing. And then suddenly, at every night, exactly at 12, that same ringtone was happening. And that was not the ringtone that she set. And later on, she decided to delete the song from her phone, and it still kept playing. And then we had some interesting events taking place, such as how when I was all alone in the house, I would hear a piano key, a single piano key just going ding, ding, and I would go and check it out, nobody's there, or I'd be all alone in my room, and my dog, who's in the same room, would look at whatever's at the end of the hallway. And I keep trying to call Tanmut's name, and they won't turn their head. It's fixated at whatever's at the end of the hallway. Everything was pitch black. And yeah, that phone kept ringing, and maybe something about that house was weird. Other computers.
Are you sure it wasn't a prank?
Just
Yeah,
prank.
Just the prank, bro.
Phone.
New phone, who this?
Maybe it was Hokandor. Handor.
And that same family member had some other experience where they would have nightmares about how they can't move, but they would be in a fire or they would get shot. So a lot of nightmares every single day.
Oh.
That can't be a prank.
Or sometimes a woman like crawling over the ceiling really fast just to look at her in the face. And
That's why
that
everything
was-
that's on the ceiling is haunted.
No.
yeah, like
Like a ceiling fan.
Scary.
Everything that's on the ceiling is no good.
And then later on, that was when she was living alone, and when she decided to live with her family again. This time she couldn't move again in the dream, but at her bedside she saw a woman with all her face covered, and
Was she
you know, with the
crying?
hair and everything, and she said, "Oh, you know what? I see that you're with your family now, and because of that, I won't bother you again. I hope you have a
Nice
good
of her to
life."
talk to you like that.
Yeah. And
Oh.
after
Very
that,
gross.
Kind of nice.
Yeah.
after that, she never had those dreams where she's paralyzed in her sleep.
Oh, she was lonely.
Sleep paralysis? That's
Yeah,
so
she-
nice.
Sleep paralysis demon. Those dudes.
She was
yeah.
just lonely.
I have those.